I'm Donna Blanchard, and this is your ThinkTech Daily News for Friday, May 1st, 2015. The Islamic State is growing and extending its reach outside Iraq and Syria. Working like a franchisor, the Islamic State, also known as ISIS, has sent a number of fighters to Libya to help organize militants there. They support Ansar al-Sharia, the Libyan terrorist group in Egypt, and Ansar Bait al-Makdi, a terrorist group in the Sinai Peninsula, as well as individuals in Jordan, Lebanon, Saudi Arabia, Tunisia, and Yemen, according to American counterterrorism officials. ISIS began attracting pledges of allegiance from groups and individual fighters after it declared the formation of a caliphate or religious state in June of 2014. Counterterrorism analysts say it is using al-Qaeda's franchise structure to expand its geographic reach, but without al-Qaeda's rigorous multi-year application process, which is allowing it to grow much faster and farther. ISIS has also provided technical assistance to the Nigerian terrorist group Boko Haram to create its video propaganda, and the Sinai-based extremist group Ansar Bait al-Makdi sent emissaries to the Islamic State in Syria to seek financial support, weapons, and tactical advice, as well as the publicity and recruiting advantages that come with declaring itself to be the Sinai province of the Islamic State Caliphate. A coalition to confront ISIS assembled by the United States is currently debating exactly who they want to confront. The Obama administration does not want to repeat another global war on terrorism as waged ineffectively by the Bush administration. In Baltimore, the state's attorney, Marilyn Mosby, charged 6 police officers with crimes, including murder and manslaughter, in the arrest and fatal injury of Freddie Gray. These charges were filed exceptionally quickly, as soon as the medical examiner's report earlier today ruled Mr. Gray's death as a homicide. Police in riot gear were present as Ms. Mosby announced the charges in the city where earlier this week, rioting against the police brutality toward black men culminated in cars and buildings set on fire, stores looted, dozens of officers injured, and more than 200 people arrested. The prosecutor alleges that Freddie Gray was arrested without probable cause, was then handcuffed, shackled by his feet, and left face down, unrestrained or seat belted, inside a Baltimore Police Department van in transit. Mr. Gray later complained repeatedly of his injuries and asked for medical attention, but was given none, and he died a week later. In Istanbul, Turkey, protesters defying a ban on May Day celebrations in Taksim Square were met by police with tear gas and water cannons. They were protesting a ban on celebrations in Taksim Square, where decades before, on May Day, 1977, members of the Workers' Party of Turkey, the Socialist Workers' Party of Turkey, the Communist Party of Turkey, and protesters from the Maoist bloc, or the Liberation of the People Party, gathered. 500,000 of them filed into Taksim Square when an unknown gunman started firing shots into the massive crowd from a high floor in one of the buildings on the square. The police then entered the scene with sirens, explosives, and pressurized water to subdue the chaotic crowd. Between 34 and 42 persons were killed, but autopsy reports reveal that only 4 of them were killed by the gunman's bullets. The rest were killed by the police actions against the crowd. Now, since then, Taksim Square has been guarded against May Day celebrations. May Day is a national holiday in Turkey with roots much like our Labor Day. It is tragically ironic that people protesting the closure of the square to protesters and anyone else celebrating a day set aside for the proletariat worker should be met with some of the exact same police actions that those really gave people something to protest. In Brazzaville, the capital of the Republic of Congo, President Denis Sassou Nguesso set fire to more than 5 tons of illegally hunted elephant tusks this week in a public effigy to the condemnation of poachers and ivory traffickers. The event was part of a week-long conference to address a resurgence in the international demand for elephant tusks, rhinoceros horns, and other wild flora and fauna. Leaders from Chad, Benin, Gabon, Ghana, Kenya, and Zimbabwe, among others, were present to create an action and implementation plan to stop the poaching for good. Happy Lay Day and a hui ho from Hawaii. Donna Blanchard, ThinkTech Daily News.